Barrett Cohen, WLSN, the worldwide leader in high school sports. And Brett, we're going to have another rendition of Inside the Huddle. And ironically enough, we're going to talk about Huddle. For those folks that don't know, it's a scouting software that I don't know how long ago that was developed, but maybe you could tell everybody out there in Lancerland a little bit about, before we get into the intricacies of it, what exactly Huddle is, and it's spelled HUDL.
Well, Barrett, I'll tell you what, Huddle has really transformed the entire coaching industry and also the college recruiting industry. Basically what it is, it's as you said, it's an online software package that allows coaches to upload game film. And when I say upload it, some of it, if you buy a proper package, you can upload the game while the game is going on. So at the end of the game, when you go into the office, you don't have to worry about taking a film out of a camera and putting it into a machine and doing all that. It'll literally upload it in real time. But basically what it is, it's a software package that manages the film and allows you to share it instantly with another program.
Now, let's talk about how that's done, because back in the old days, you had to go by either, sending a coach up to watch the team play, and I'm sure that still goes on, but now I think coaches just, how do they physically go about sharing that film? Is there any password? How does that work in an intricate setting?
Well, to give you a little history on it, and I'll lead into how it works, but 2010 is when Huddle really hit the market at the high school level. I remember the Huddle's based in Lincoln, Nebraska. The guy who the sales rep, and it might have been the owner of it, he actually came in and did a demo for all the schools when I was in the GMC, and we were all there watching it. And that was in the spring of 2010. And basically what you do is you buy a subscription, and there's different levels. There's like a bronze, a silver, a gold. If you get all the way up to the gold, they have different software packages so that the basketball program can use them, women's and men's, and it'll separate it out like that. But basically, say I coach at LaSalle, and we're playing Bishop Watterson in 2 weeks, or we're playing Indy Northwest the next week. Instead of driving halfway and meeting at the outlet mall somewhere or at a BP station at exit XYZ, literally you log in, you have a password, and there's a button that says share. You hit the share button, you type in and search for the school that you want to share it with. You designate what games film you want to share, because it's already uploaded onto your software package, and you select what games you want back from them. The other school will do the exact same thing as long as everything meshes up. As soon as they share it, boom, you've got it on your computer, and then there's one coach who's really in charge of it, kind of the administrator of the site, and then he'll send it out into basically a distribution list of all the other coaches on your staff, and then you have instant access to film online 24/7 from any machine you want, and now they even have it on your mobile device too.
They certainly do, and it's something, it's actually getting into recruiting as well. A lot of the kids that I know right now are going that route as well. Talk a little bit, if you could, about that. Yeah,
recruiting, it's taken the onus off of the head coaches and the assistant coaches. I know when I was at Oak Hills and Coach Cummins was the head coach, he kind of used me as his right-hand man to deal with college recruiters when they would come in. And, 2006 through 2009, 2010, all the coaches would come in and they'd give us DVDs or VHS tapes, and they would say, can you make a copy of this and mail it out to us? Well, now you had time on our hands where we had to make the copy. Then you had postage on their end, so you had to mail it out. Well, now they come in and they say, are you on Huddle? And we say, well, yeah. And they say, well, we are too. Here's the email address. And you just punch that email address in and you share it with that account right there that it's registered to. And coaches can literally, when college coaches are out recruiting, they're on the road for 2-3 weeks at a time. By the time they get back to their hotel that night, they have the film on their computer, and they can sit in their hotel room and evaluate film. And that way, if they want to go back to their staff and say, hey, this is the guy we need to offer, this is the guy we need to recruit, it's so much easier and so much more affordable.
Did you know that guy's a LaSalle grad that created Huddle?
I did not know that.
I just made it up, but I tell you what, he would be rolling deep if he did.
Yes, he would. He'd be traveling deep too, because there aren't many guys from the west side of Cincinnati that make their way out to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Brett, it's certainly something that just goes to show how the times are changing from what things used to be to where they are now. What's next?
I'm not really sure what's next. I do know this, that, just like you said, times are changing. You go back when as Coach Durger's walking by us right now, they were on the old 16 millimeter, 8 millimeter, whatever it was, the reel to reel, and then it went to beta, and then it went to VHS, and then it went to DVD, and now it's online, and now it's on mobile. So I don't know. If you can prognosticate the future, have at it, because I can't do it right now. I'm not that smart.
I could have told you that. Do you have any questions for me?
Are you ready for a great night?
I am. We got Indy Northwest coming up this week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And how about that article from the Cincinnati Enquirer last week? That was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah, John Johnston did a great job with it. What I really liked was that he just didn't focus just on WLSM, but he focused on the entire game day experience that we're trying to put on at LaSalle High School with, Mike Clifton and Jake Pucci and Greg Tankersley and, what their office does.
Can't leave Dirks out of that.
Nah, Matt Dirkers too, but, sometimes, like you say, you can't find him with a
search warrant. I often wondered, I said, that guy's got more buys week than most NFL teams have in the existence of the franchise.
I think he's looking to go on the Nike Golf Tour because that guy plays in more golf outings than any man is allowed.
It's unbelievable. All right, Brett, thank you very much, and we'll catch up to you soon. That is another rendition of Inside the Huddle. They don't get any better than that. Brett Schnieber, Barrett Cohen, WLSN.